Hello, welcome to In Touch Massage. I'm Nicola Stewart. I'm a professional masser. I'm an author and also carer to my disabled son. Over the course of this routine, I'm going to teach you how to release tension in your forearms and hands and increase their flexibility. I know how difficult it is to remember a routine, so I've created a downloadable PDF which you will find a link to in the video description below. So before we begin our guided hand massage, I'm just going to run through a couple of contraindications. If you have any open wounds, broken bones or bruises, please do not massage over them. While you're working and following the routine, apply a pressure that's comfortable. If it hurts, then pull back. Otherwise, remember to breathe through each movement and relax and just enjoy the routine. So let's begin. We're going to start by applying our oil or cream to our hands. I'm using coconut oil. You can use any oil or cream that you have around the house. Olive oil is very good. We're going to just quickly apply the cream to our hands, running it up our forearms and back down again. Just use any motion like washing your hands, applying hand cream. Massage is really about adapting, playing around with your muscles, feeling your muscles and working into them to relax, to release any tension. So now we're going to use our fingers to run up the muscles which sit in between these two bones. That you'll feel the sort of gully in between them. This gets very tense, particularly people who work a lot on keyboards or use their fingers a lot. Mine's particularly tense around this area, so what I would do is I would just get my fingers in and rub in around that area a bit more, flush down gently, always using effleurage strokes. Those are the long strokes that just clear the area and work your circulation up towards your heart again. So sort of flushing out the area, and we'll get back in with our thumbs. You can wrap your hand around your forearm, working on the underside as well. These muscles here become incredibly tense due to sort of any grasping action. So again, you want to get in there with your thumbs, with the palm of your hand. You lie your hand flat on the surface and just really push in and up towards your elbow. And again, always remembering to use your long effleurage flow strokes after any deeper work. So just continue massaging in around all of these muscles. When you feel a particularly tense area, work in to that area. You can work transversely with your thumbs, just working your thumb up across the muscles, always grasping and squeezing and kneading, and turn your hand over again. Work down towards the tips of your fingers and use your long effleurage strokes up to your elbow again. And we're going to turn the hand over. Use the pad of your right hand to really push down into your left hand. And you can use your knuckles, reworking your palm, and then your thumb to do slightly finer, more detailed, possibly deeper work. This area is known as the carpal tunnel. all the tendons, there are no muscles in our fingers. Our fingers are work and move due to the tendons that come from all the muscles in our forearm, and the tendons run through a ligament here called the carpal tunnel. It's a sort of channel, and if it gets very tight, it can be quite painful and cause tingling in the fingers and the thumb. So really massage in around that area, although you don't want to overdo it, and you certainly don't want to work into pain. And then again, work up around this thumb joint. That can also get incredibly tight. You can feel mine, and you can work across the thumb, you can work up the thumb, down it, get your knuckles into it again, and move your thumb a bit as you're working. And then we're going to clasp our fingers between the webs of our left hand. We're going to massage up through the left hand around this area by the pinky, using my thumb and squeezing the muscles between the thumb and fingers of my right hand. And then again, massaging in and around the webs of the hands between the thumb and finger, and across the joints and the junctions and down into the palm, really stretching the hand out. Stretch it out and up. And then do another long effleurage stroke. We're going to turn our hand over and we're going to do a bit of work on our wrist. So you'll feel your bones, you'll feel it's a complicated area. There are 27 bones in the hand, and as you work through the top of the hand particularly, you really feel what's going on, the complexity. Then hit your thumb in around all these joints and junctions. Move your hand a bit while you're working. You can just keep your thumb still. And again. With these movements, you're just really holding your thumb still, feeling between the bones and just doing little rotations. And then going in a bit deeper, working up the forearm again to the elbow, and then flushing with some effleurage. You can use your hand any way you want. Now I'm coming back to massage the finger. And to massage the finger, I've really got my finger between my thumb and forefinger, and I'm just wiggling. You can feel the bones and the joints again, and just really wriggle them. Get to the end and wiggle your finger, work between the webs, and again this web, massage up each finger, feeling all the joints. This is wonderful if you suffer from any arthritis or stiff fingers. There's a really wiggle. You can do little caterpillar steps. And so get up to the top, rotate your fingers around, through the web again. And the thumb, I'm just really squashing it and grasping it between my finger. And I'm going to shake it out and do some more effleurage. Just do a quick rapid sort of wake this hand up again by doing some quick movements. really rubbing in and around as though you're putting hand cream on again. Stroke up your forearm, and we're ready to start on the other hand. So again, we're going to start with some long effleurage strokes, working from the fingers right up to the elbow. We're going to clasp our forearm between our fingers and our thumb and apply some pressure as we squeeze the muscles on the way up. And now work up the central area, applying pressure with the tips of our fingers and some pressure with our thumb. You can either do circular movements or sort of a slight chugging caterpillar movement. When you feel tension, stop and really work into it. I can feel it here, so I'm just going to play around in that area a bit. I'm going to take my thumb off and put it back on, and it's quite sensitive, so you want to be careful. You don't want to overwork the area, but you want to try and break it down a bit. So I'm going to get my forefingers and my thumb and really massage into that area. As I mentioned before, these muscles are used a lot when we're typing or using our fingers for writing, playing piano. Then I'm going to turn the arm over and work up the forearm. Again, I'm using the ball of my hand to really apply pressure up there. I can use circular movements or just sort of a kneading movement. I could use my fingers to do sort of a finer treatment, squeezing with my fingers and thumb. And I could just use my thumb to really push up. Most strokes always work up, but you can work across the muscle as well, and that's sometimes really beneficial in areas where you've got particular tension. And remembering always to follow any deep work up with long effleurage strokes. Then we're going to go back to the hand, quickly warm the fingers up. And we're going to massage in around the palm again, really feeling around all the bones, working up through the webs of the fingers, stretching the fingers out, massaging in around the thumb joint, working around the carpal tunnel area, getting in there with our knuckles, and really just squeeze the fingers. Squeeze the whole area. Go as hard as you can without hurting yourself. It is tiring. Your thumbs will tire quite quickly, so as your thumb tires, use other areas. Use the heel of your hand, use the palm of your hand, use your knuckles, and then stroke back up again. Pull back down, and we're going to work on the front of the hand, working around the webs of your fingers, and do a sort of corkscrew on your fingers. That's quite a nice stretching sensation. And as you get to the end, just really wriggle. Massage in around your joints. You can stay fairly static on that and just sort of push backs and forwards. As I'm sort of moving my finger, moving the joints. And again, this finger, working around each and every joint. And then wiggle your finger. And again in here. And wiggle your finger. Work up. Again, working up through these areas. You can see them quite clearly, feel quite clearly. And as you probably noticed, when I'm massaging, I may not follow an absolute set routine. I think it's far more important to just go with the flow and let your hands guide and lead you. So I know I did the wrist joint earlier on the previous hand, and this time round I've sort of changed the routine a bit. I think massage is really about working with your body and trying to just incorporate a flow and routine, and just trying out lots of different movements. Now I'm just rubbing my thumbs together, and actually that's incredibly soothing, and it's taking any pressure off my fingers. And then just grasping your hands and running them down through the webs and up again. And then as you do this, just sort of wringing your fingers and twisting and turning. We really need to learn to move our joints more on a daily basis. We can be very static, and it's the joints that really fail us as we get either older or sort of injured. So start off early and keep going, and hopefully you'll prevent any injuries and problems. So just again finishing off with some long strokes up the arms. And then we can finish off by just stretching our fingers out and just pushing them together, pulling, pushing, spreading the fingers out as far as we can, and then just shaking hands out. Thank you. I hope you've enjoyed your massage. If you think it will benefit anyone you know, then please do share it. And if you have any comments, then please leave them below. If you would like to follow us on any future massage videos, then please sign up to my mailing list on nicolastewart.com. You'll find all the information in the video description below. Thank you very much.